Hello, my name is Debbie Webb. I'm here today to persuade you to wear your seatbelt every time you get into a vehicle. I'm 40 years old, and although I have never lost anyone in a motor vehicle accident, my husband was a nurse in an emergency room. He has taken care of multiple people due to not wearing their seatbelts. He has come home in tears from seeing bones protruding from arms and legs, head trauma with wounds so deep you could see a person's brain, trauma to the face where a person was no longer recognizable, and even death. All of these accidents could have had a better outcome if these people were wearing their seatbelts. These accidents don't only affect the person in the accident, but their families. These people are someone's mother, father, son, or daughter. They are affected for the rest of their lives. This makes you realize how important wearing a seatbelt is, because you never know when an accident may occur or your loved one may no longer be around. This is the kind of story that we wouldn't want to tell our children until they got old enough to understand. Many of these accidents could have had better outcomes if their seatbelts were worn. People need to protect their lives and the lives of their loved ones as well when getting into a vehicle. Take a few seconds to put your seatbelt on. This could make the difference of a few scrapes and scratches or death. We all must enforce the importance of wearing seatbelts to ourselves and our loved ones so fatalities and injuries will decrease. There are laws that we must obey to protect ourselves and others from tragedies while riding in a vehicle. Seatbelt laws are divided into two categories: primary and secondary. Primary seatbelt laws allow law enforcement officers to ticket a driver for not wearing a seatbelt without any other offense taking place. Secondary seatbelt laws state that the law enforcement officer may issue a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt when there is another citable traffic violation. Laws vary from state to state depending on the age of the rider and what seat he or she is sitting in. Laws require children younger than 5 years of age and less than 36 inches tall to be in a child safety seat, such as a car seat or booster seat, including high back and backless boosters. Parents need to continue to place children in booster seats until they reach 4 foot 9 inches tall. Parents need to consider what is the safest for their child. Now that we know the importance of wearing a seatbelt, it is important to make sure it is worn correct. One person to one seatbelt, no doubling up. The shoulder belt should be worn closely against the body and over the shoulder across the chest, never under the arms. The lap belt should be firm across the body and low across the hips. Airbags do not take the place of a seatbelt. When a seatbelt is worn correctly, it will apply most of the collision or stopping force against the chest and the pelvis, which are better able to withstand the collision force. A seatbelt should not be worn twisted, as the full width of the seatbelt is required. Pregnant women must wear seatbelts wearing the lap and shoulder belt sitting upright as possible. The lap belt should be worn low so it pulls down toward the pelvis bones and not directly on the abdomen. We must make sure everyone wears a seatbelt while in a motor vehicle. Seatbelts may not be the most comfortable thing to wear while in a vehicle, but increases your risk of surviving if in an accident. According to statistics, 1 out of 5 people will be involved in a motor vehicle accident. 9 of 10 people will state they buckle up when asked. Approximately 35,000 people will die each year due to a crash, which half of them could have been prevented if a seatbelt had been worn. I hope I've given enough information for you to make the right decision and buckle up every time you get into a motor vehicle. It could save your life. Thank you.